It's like pillars and marble, and it's very light and hot. And it's out in the air like the desert.
Okay. Look at your feet. What do they look like?
They have sandals.
Okay. What color's your skin?
It's brown.
All right. And your hands, are you carrying anything?
Maybe a scroll. Maybe.
Okay. What are you wearing?
I have a white, like, tunic on with a belt. And I don't, I feel like a male. I don't have any hair.
Are you old or young?
I feel strong, but I don't feel young. But I'm not old.
Okay. Are you wearing any kind of jewelry or ornamentation?
Like something around my arm.
Tell me
The
about
lower arm, like it's gold and wraps around it.
Like a bracelet or a...
Like a bracelet.
Okay. Does it have any significance?
I think it just says what I am.
And what are you?
I think I'm like a scribe.
Okay.
I write things down.
Okay. And is that why you're carrying a scroll?
I think I'm going there.
Oh.
To deliver it.
Where are you going to?
It's like a temple.
Can you see it?
It's a pyramid.
Okay. And what does it look like? I mean, color and...
It's brown and shiny. Very shiny. And there's a doorway.
What does the doorway look like?
It's square. And you just walk in. And then it's like a big cavernous where all the scrolls go, where all the writing goes, and people are at tables writing.
Okay. So it's like a library?
Yeah. It's like a library.
Okay. And now that you're there, what do you do?
I give the scroll to the man sitting there.
And how's he dressed?
He has like a headdress on and robes. He's older. And he's writing. He doesn't really pay much attention to me, but I don't mind. So I just give it to him, and then I just wander around to look at all the other scrolls.
Are you allowed to read them or anything?
They don't like me to, but I do.
Okay. And what have you read about in these scrolls?
Just reading about ancient times. Reading about knowledge and secret things.
Okay.
But they don't want you to know it.
What are the secret things they don't want you to know?
Like things they can do.
What can
like fly or any of that. Like magic.
Okay. So these scrolls tell you that people can fly?
Yeah.
Okay. What else can people do in these scrolls?
They can disappear. They can travel. They can turn into other things. They can show up and disappear and go to different places, different lands. They can cure things. It's like magic stuff.
Okay. Have you ever seen anybody do anything like that?
No.
Okay. Do you think the man you gave the scroll to, you think he knows how to do any of that?
I think he wants to, but that's why he hoards it. He doesn't want anyone else to because he can't. But there are people who can.
How do you know that?
I guess I just do, because it says it.
Okay. And the scrolls that talk about ancient times, what do they describe?
They talk about like crystals and power and how they used it. And then those who ruled, like, they were special and they could use it.
What made them special?
They seemed like not like us. They seemed special, like they came from someplace else. They had the power.
Did they physically look different than you?
Sometimes. Sometimes they would look like, like Horus. Like they would have a bird's head. They were special and they glowed. But we don't really know. But they were different than us, for sure.
Okay. And when they say olden times, how long ago was that to where you are now?
It seems a long time ago. Before I was born. Okay. It seems a long time ago. There's pictures, and they talk about it. But they're not here anymore.
Those special people?
The special people. We don't see them. We used to see them, but now we don't see them.
Where'd they go?
We don't know. We think they ran away.
Well, why would they do that?
Because we're not good. Because they hoard it and they don't want to use it the right way.
Oh, you mean the priest and the guy with the hat like you just gave the scroll to?
Right.
Okay. So these entities left after that happened?
They're not good. And they won't change, they won't learn, they want to hoard it and keep it all for themselves.
Okay.
So no one else can do it.
Okay, so these people weren't going to stay and help just a few, they wanted to help everybody.
Yeah, and I think they were here for a long time, and then they just got tired. And it's bad. It's just empty up there.
Up where?
Where they used to live.
Oh. And where did they used to live?
Like in a castle, like not a castle, like a temple. Like a pyramid temple. Like they would live up there and come out. And then they just stopped coming out. And they were gold, like very beautiful. Like I just would love to look at them. There's pictures. And it just seems like they were magic.
Okay. You got pictures in the scrolls?
Pictures on the building.
Oh. So you said you're in a pyramid right now. What made their pyramid different than the one you're in?
Ours is dark. And full of little cubbies for the scrolls and lit by candles. Theirs was lit by light. Theirs was golden. Ours is brown. Theirs was golden, and light, and just full of beauty, beautiful things.
Where was the light coming from?
It just was there. It just was light in there. Like just reflecting off everything.
Okay. All right. So let's do this. Let's leave that scene and drift and float to a time where these beings are in this pyramid. And now you're there in that pyramid. Tell me about that.
It's all white and gold.
Okay.
And they are just gentle. They're tall and light and very just gentle. And I think they're having a hard time. They don't understand.
What don't they understand?
The people. They're so primitive and they'll never understand. They feel very defeated because they wanted to come and help and show them but they don't get it.
Okay, so you're looking at one of these beings. Besides gold and shimmery, what else do you see? What sort of features?
Tall and thin, light, long dark hair, very refined, very delicate. And there's a man and a woman, and they're together. I feel like maybe brother, sister, but they're trying, but they feel very defeated. She feels sad and he feels mad.
Okay. Because they brought all of this forward and it's being sequestered?
Well, they don't know how to use it. Like, they look at what they have and they see it for riches. And she says it's not for riches. It's for creating. And they just don't get it. They don't want to get it. And she tells him they should leave together. But he wants to stay. But she wants to leave.
Do you see them leave?
They will leave.
Okay. And as you're standing there looking at them, what else is around in this golden pyramid of light?
It's a fountain. There's a fountain with like a dome over it and the water. And it's just, everything is light. Everything is shiny. Everything is, you have plants in there and statues. Just wonderful gold, and everything is sparkly. And they're wearing gold, but they're just so light. They like float when they walk. They're just such light. But now they're getting heavy because it's just too much. And she just wants him to leave with her. But he thinks they can stay and force it. And she said, you'll never force it. It will just boomerang and it will ruin everything. So we need to leave. They're just not ready. And that makes me sad because, like, I want to be ready, but maybe she's right.
Okay. Anything else about that scene you'd like to describe?
She's just trying to pull him away. That he is very mad. But they're a team. They'll go together. She won't leave him.
Okay. All right. Some kind of symbiotic energy bond between them, or?
They're together.
Okay.
They just, it's just the two of them. So they're together. They need to be together.
All right. So let's leave that scene and move forward just a little bit to when they leave, and you're watching them leave. Tell me about that.
They just go. They just start to get lighter and lighter, and then they go up, and then they go right out the top of the roof, and then they just go until they disappear.
Okay.
And then they're gone.
All right.
And she's happy. She's happy that they're going.
And when they leave, what changes?
It becomes dark. All the beautiful things are still there, but it's dark now.
Inside the pyramid that they were in?
Inside the pyramid, the light is gone.
Okay. All right. And what happens to the town after that?
They just start to think it wasn't real to begin with. They just start to think it was all nothing. And they want to just go in and take it all. That's now that they can. They want to do that.
Do they?
Yes. Only a little bit at a time at first because they're still afraid. But then when they see nothing happens, then they just take everything and ruin it.
What is it that they're taking?
Gold. Breaking it apart so they can take it. Anything they can take, they just take it. And nobody does anything. Those guys just sit in there with their scrolls and don't do anything to save it, even though they know.
What do they know?
They know that they were real. They know that they shouldn't do that. And they'll just gonna let them. That's rotten. I don't like it there anymore.
But you're still a scribe?
Yes. But I feel unhappy. I feel like a fake, a phony. Because I have to sit in there and pretend.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's leave that scene and drift and float to a time where something important to you in that lifetime is happening. And now you're there. Tell me about that.
I think get a promotion.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I'm going to take over.
What are you taking over?
I'm going to be the one that they hand the scribes to.
Oh, okay. What happened to the other person?
He died.
Okay. All right. And how do you feel about that?
I feel like I have to do it. And now I don't know what to do. Because the scribes, all the scrolls, they can't have them. I have to save them. I'm going to close up the pyramid so nobody can get them and ruin them.
The scrolls?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you do that?
I break it. I close the door so no one else can get in.
And when you do that, are you inside or outside?
I am inside.
So you just locked yourself inside this pyramid?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any way for you to get out?
No.
All right. So how did you get the door closed? What did you do?
I caused an avalanche. I blocked the door. A lot of rocks. Somehow I was able to do that. And just closed it off. And they can't get in. And that's the only way.
All right. Now that you've done that, what do you do?
I just sit there and walk around and know that I just had to do it. Like I had to protect them, or they would have destroyed them. They would have ruined them. So I just had to do it, and I don't feel bad about it because it's for the best.
Can't they just move the rocks around and get back in?
They can't. There's too many. There's too many.
Okay.
And they don't even know. They know there's no gold there. So they want to get in there. But they're not trying very hard. Because there's all that gold that they can get there. They don't realize the riches that are in there. And we have to keep it that way.
So they'd rather go pillage the other pyramid that has gold than try and get back into the scrolls?
Right.
Okay.
And that's how we want them to think. We don't want them to know what's in there.
Who's we?
Us. The other scribes. We made the plan.
Okay.
To do it. To keep them away.
Okay. Is there anyone else locked in there with you?
There's a few of us walking around. you know? When we don't feel bad, we just feel like it was for the best.
Do you sit down and read the scrolls or something, or what are you going to do now?
We will. We're going to kind of shore things up, make sure there's no other way for anyone to get in. You know, we're going to kind of walk around and make sure there's no way. And then we're just going to make sure the scrolls are okay. Make sure that they're where they're supposed to be. We'll just keep doing the job we did before, which is just like manage them and make sure, and then if we want to read some, we'll just do that.
Don't you need food and water?
Well, we know we're going to die, but that's what we agreed to do. It's for the best, you know, to save the scrolls. There's no other way.
Okay.
I think we'd rather be there together like that than out there with them.
The people that are pillaging and just thinking about themselves?
Yeah, we didn't know how to get away, so this is for the best. Like, we don't want to go out there. We'd rather stay here with each other and with the scrolls.
Okay. So, what scrolls do you read?
We read the magic ones, the ones that talk about the people that used to come and the power and, you know, how things could be.
How could things be? What does it talk about?
It talks about not having a body and being free and just being light and just being able to go with thought.
Does it tell you how to achieve that?
I don't think we know. I don't think we think we're good enough.
Okay. But the people that came, the brother and sister, they were doing that, right?
They were doing that. And they wanted to share. But they just wouldn't let them.
Okay. So what happens next?
We slowly start to die. We just hold, you know, just hang out together. If one lays down, we just stay with them so they won't be alone.
Okay. And that's how it is? Just these people, you slowly just starve or die? Yeah.
But I don't think we feel bad. We don't feel bad. I think we feel good that we're there for each other. And that we did something good. That we feel good about it. We don't feel sad. Because we would rather die there together than out there and live. It's just too awful.
Okay. All right. Now, whatever's happened has already happened, and you're drifting away from it and are on the spirit side looking back. And from that position, you can look back at the entire life and see it from a different perspective and understand what was important. As you look at that life, what were the lessons?
That you have to do the hard stuff. You have to do what you believe and follow through. And do it even if it's scary. You have to protect the knowledge.
Okay. What do you think the purpose of that lifetime was?
To protect it. To make sure that it didn't get lost. To make sure it didn't get destroyed. Like, to make sure that we have it.
The second life you showed her, she was a scribe going towards a pyramid. Why did you show her that life?
It's just, she needs to go ahead and do the hard thing. Do the hard thing, see it, recognize it, and do it. Be afraid and do it. You have to see it and then do it.
Okay. Well, sealing yourself into a temple to starve to death is definitely the hard thing. So, yeah. How long ago did that occur on Earth?
It did.
How long ago was that?
It was during Egyptian. She was back in Egypt.
And the pyramid that the energetic beings were in, does that still exist on the planet today?
It's there, but it doesn't look the same. It's not seen. It looks very different. It's been destroyed.
Okay. You said it's not seen. Can we see it if we look upon it?
You'll see it, but you don't recognize it. It looks like nothing.
Does it still look like a pyramid?
It looks like something, some sort of structure. Pyramid-like, but you think it's inconsequential.
Okay, so it's looks like a mountain or something?
It looks like a pyramid, but desecrated and dirty and empty.
Is it one of the three that are down there in Egypt?
It's there.
Okay. And the room where the scrolls are that she blocked off, is that still there?
That is gone under the ground.
Does it still exist under the ground?
It is there.
Okay. At some point, will that be rediscovered?
It will.
Okay. Will that be in her lifetime?
No.
Okay. All right. Is there something that we're waiting for before we rediscover this temple with the scrolls?
We're waiting for light.
Okay. Light, you mean like the new earth thing everyone's talking about?
We're waiting for light to get rid of the dark. Because we can't have the dark have those scrolls. It has to be the light.
Okay. And are we getting close to that?
They're trying.
Who's trying?
The people here.
Okay.
They're trying. The earth is trying.
To get rid of the dark?
Yes.
Are we getting any help from outside with that?
They're there. But they can't interfere. But they're there.
Okay. All right. So these entities that were living in that pyramid, where did they go back to?
They went back to their home.
And where is that?
Far. Like they're sleeping. And waiting to come back.
Okay. Oh, so they're waiting to come back for when we're ready for them?
Yes.
Okay. That's good to know. Will that happen in her lifetime?
No.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else about that lifetime you'd like to tell her about?
She just needs to try to be light too.
Okay. Any suggestions on how she would do that?
Meditate. Continue to try. Unafraid.
She's asking about the new earth, and she'd like to know if she's going to know when the shift occurs.
It will happen. It'll just happen.
Is it going to happen in her lifetime?
Yes.
Okay. She asks if we leave a version of our old selves here when this shift happens.
Yes.
Okay. What happens to those that are left behind?
They become lost. They don't know. They don't know what's happened. They just know the fear. They don't know.
Are they still incarnated as they're in this fear?
Yes. They have to live it out here.
All right. And what's the construct going to be like to them, these people?
It will be chaos. It will be destruction. And that's the old version of ourselves, more like a shadow. our old version. They see us but don't see us. It's just left to maybe comfort them.
Okay. So there's like consciousness that isn't ready and they're going to be in that fear version, and then there's consciousness that's moving forward. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Okay. How will it happen?
It will just occur.
What are the signs that it's occurring?
Vibration, higher and higher, and you start to feel it. You start to feel the vibration. You start to feel the quiver. You start to feel it, and then just let go.
In your body or on the earth or what?
In your body.
Oh, okay. So, like you're vibrating or something?
Yeah. It feels like a tuning fork. Like it starts to get bigger and bigger. And don't be afraid. Just let go.
And what happens when you let go?
You just go to the other.
And you still have your body?
You can. It depends on how much you want to leave behind.
Okay. And
so she'll be very light body.
Okay. All right. Are people in her life now going to come with her?
Yes.
Okay. So she doesn't have to fear that?
No.
Okay. She'd like to know what she can do to help.
Just continue. You know, let them know, you know, don't be afraid. Just let go. Just don't be afraid. And just love with abandonment. Just be free. Free as you can. Keep working on being free. Later.
Okay. And about how much longer is she going to have to wait before all of this starts to occur?
It's close. But it comes and goes. They make steps and then come back. Make steps and come back. It's close.
So what do you have to say about all the conflict that we see right now on the planet?
It's there. They're trying to hold it back. The dark. And they will use fear and recognize it, see it, and just reject it, and don't let it be a part of you.
So don't embrace fear at all in any...
No.
Okay.
No matter what is going on, don't, because you are going to be fine.
What about these light workers that are talking about all these scary things out there?
They will be fine. It will be fine. Just as long as you don't fall into it. Don't fall into it. It's there waiting for you to fall into it.
You mean the fear?
The fear.
Okay.
The fear is what will drive all of that. And we just have to stand up. Stand up. Don't fall in it.
So, fear of like reptilians and all these other crazy things, we just need to let all that go?
Let it all go. It's all going to happen, whether you're afraid or not.
So, if this shift occurs and you're in fear, you can still move forward or not?
No. You can't. You have to leave the fear behind.
Okay. All right.